Hi, and welcome to 647, 6 stories for 7 a.m. because there's a famine of truth in our land. And this is your quick news fix. And the truth starts now. All right, take one. Trump headed today to Texas River Valley. Trump is headed to Kerr County, Texas, where storms have killed 120 people and 173 are still missing. He's going to Kerr County. In Kerr County alone, 96 people were killed, 36 of them children, and 161 are still missing 1 week after the flood. I was processing a cell phone matter yesterday with a work-at-home Latina mom for a major MVNO. I asked her, while we're waiting for things to process, if she lived near the flood area. She lives 40 miles away from her best friend who lives near the Guadalupe River with her daughter. She and her husband owned a real estate investment business, fixing up houses and renting them. Her husband died of turbo cancer last month. He was a younger man. This woman has been calling her friend multiple times a day since last Friday. It's been a week of those daily calls with no answer. And she can't drive to the house because access is restricted because of all the operations going on in the area. She was trying to use her happy customer voice to tell me this tragedy, and her voice was breaking. Anyway, Trump and Melania will go to Kerrville to meet with first responders and families. He will receive a briefing from local officials and participate in a roundtable with Governor Abbott, Congressman Pete Sessions, and Senators Cornyn and Cruz. Trump approved a disaster declaration sent from Governor Abbott last Sunday. The searching goes on. All right. This isn't really take two. It's an orphan pre-two. This is a follow-up to the condo slaughter, just keeping a pulse on real estate. This has to do with rentals in Manhattan, in New York City. Okay, rent in Manhattan has reached an all-time high in June. The median rent for a Manhattan one-bedroom is $4,625, and new lease signings are outpacing inventory. 25% of Manhattan lease signers last month had to pay above the asking rent in order to get the apartment. These are just, man, these are not good signs. That's all I can tell you. All right, here's a good sign. Take two, DOD, Department of Defense, rare earth buy. So it looks like Secretary Pete Hegseth is learning how to play at the winner's table. DOD is buying $400 million of preferred stock in MP Materials. That's right. You heard it. This is a new day. This is the new America. And the Department of Defense is investing in MP Materials. MPM owns the only operational rare earth mine in the U.S. at Mountain Pass, California. Shares surged in value 50% on the news that DOD was buying 400 mil. Did anyone tell you about this? Me neither. Pro tip, put Chuck and Nancy on speed dial. All right, all this cash rolling in will start a second rare earth mine operation in the U.S. China thought they had Trump by the short hairs and were grinning about their leverage. And this is what happens when you mess with a bad, bad boy. Note, this is a public-private partnership, okay? This is not nationalizing anything. And the Pentagon is buying 100% of the magnets produced at market value. So take a note, Marxist, commie, control freaks. This is an amazing development, and we are hugely vulnerable for rare earths, and Trump is putting an end to it. All right, take three. RWAs. What are they? Why should you care this early in the morning? Trust me, you're going to care. RWAs are real-world assets. What are they, and why should we care about them? Real-world assets, RWAs, are tangible assets that exist outside the digital spectrum, which can be tokenized and brought into the blockchain ecosystem. Now, most people are saying, I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't care about it. Go a little further. Tokenization of RWAs aims to enhance liquidity, transparency, and accessibility, enabling a broader range of individuals to engage with high-value assets. All right? There are currently $24 billion worth of tokenized globally global assets. And they have increased fivefold over the last 3 years. Okay, so something's happening fast. It has to do with being able to tokenize assets. You're going to want to know about it because your boy Trump is making his move on this now. Okay? Shake the sleep from your eyes. The train is leaving the station. And just to be nice, here's a follow-up to that because it's hard to get a handhold on that. RWAs, tokenized assets. Well, here's what it's all about. The Genius Act. Scary. The way they name things on Capitol Hill is just, it's everything that God laughs at. Anyway, the Genius Act. This past Tuesday, the Senate voted 68-30 to pass the Genius Act, a bill that aims to regulate cryptocurrency, right? We're talking about tokenizing assets. We're talking about converting it into some kind of digital coin that you control. So a 68-30 vote, that means Dems were voting along with this, with Dems and rhinos screaming that Trump is way out in front of everyone in crypto ventures. And you know what? He is. You think you know the Indian fable of the frog and the scorpion? I'm not going to tell it to you here, but we know who Trump is. Trump is getting all of us set up. He is just first to the buffet. That's how you know the food's good. Crypto coins are the immediate future. In March, check this out, Trump-backed crypto firm World Liberty Financial issued a stable coin, USD1. What does that tell you? It tells you that he knew that he was going to squash the BRICS. All right. So they weren't going to take everyone off the dollar and go to a gold standard. But there's no way they're going to avoid a gold standard. And there are going to be all kinds of different stable coins based on different assets. And you will shop them based on your level of risk. And there's going to be a structure to this. And the government's getting involved, okay? That's supposed to be helpful. Normally ends up not to be helpful. But this is a game that's well underway. And we all need to participate. Let the games begin. This will weaken the central bankers game against all of us. So how about a gold-backed stable coin? It's coming, and it'll be good for everyone. All right, take 5. California has it all. Did you know that you can get a parenting coach for help with dealing with your adult children? Why, yes. Case in point, Kim M. is a parenting coach working with a couple in the San Fernando Valley. The couple in their mid-60s welcomed a new arrival, their 27-year-old daughter needing to make a new start. Since 27 moved in, no names please, the couple are spending around $5,000 per month for their adult daughter's living expense. $1,500 for food, $700 for transportation, $400 for a pet cat. You get it. Financial services provider Thrivent found that 40% of U.S. parents are supporting adult children, and it is impacting their savings goals in retirement and definitely affecting what they thought they'd be doing in retirement. 40% is the highest percentage since the study was started 4 years ago. All right. Did I skip something here? I burned through this quickly. All right. Well, that's it. You know what? We got one more left. This is your quick news fix. So this is take 6. Teacher, how do you spell one word for orange man bad? There's a lot of Trump in this thing. You know why? This cat is active. Active. He doesn't sleep. He's living on Diet Coke and McDonald's just to freak everybody out. Now he's going out to Texas, and everywhere he shows up, he leaves a mark. Normally a fantastic one. If you're China, he's just a bad, bad boy. So the teacher is going to answer this question for us. How do you spell one word for orange man bad? So this past Sunday, the largest teachers union, the National Education Association, the NEA, which represents more than 3 million teachers nationwide, aimed at defending, this was their meme for their conference, the survival civilization itself. They had their annual convention last Sunday. And personally, I thought there's a famine of testosterone at our convention would have been a way better theme, but they went with survival of civilization itself. Little bit lofty, girls and soy boys. Anyway, there's real fun to be had at someone's expense. So they all pledged to defend democracy against Trump's embrace of fascism. And this was published all over the place and in the program and on their pledge. However, in their materials, they misspelled the word fascism. You know, sometimes things just become too familiar. So, in red ink, spelling error on thematic metaphor, B minus. But you're not getting a B minus. This is Friday, man. This is the day that is the entree to a great weekend. And we're going to have a great weekend. And you're going to help us because you're going to like us and share us and ring that bell in the upper right. But the most important thing, the coin of the realm for us is your comments, because we learn and grow from them, and they're very important to us. But what's important for you is this. God bless you. Have a great Friday at work. Have a great weekend. And that's just about it. Thank you.
The mirror don't lie. If you want the truth, don't close your eyes.